And they'll flip a coin to see who gets to decide who goes first.
One person that George Kingston wishes he had available to him right now is 52 goal scorer this year, Brendan Shanahan.
And Shanahan is out of the game with a suspected separated shoulder.
Well, both coaches are trying to get their starting lineups together. Billy Ranford over getting a breather. Boy, you talk about the pressure on goaltenders and shooters. All eyes in this building become laced on two people, the shooter and the goaltender.
Esa Keskinen scored for Finland, the only Finnish goal of the game. Canada's only goal scored by Rod Brindamore. Keskinen scored in the second period, Brindamore in the third period. And it comes down to a shootout. I remember visiting with Paul Correa yesterday, and he was talking about the fact that this isn't hockey. No championship should be decided by a shootout. There are those who would argue against it.
Well, Paul Correa kind of had his own shootout in that opportunity, the overtime.
Did he ever?
He was in all alone.
Bar none, the best chance of the game. He was in from the blue line in and was stopped. Great, great save by Jarmo Millis. And there's Millis back in the net, which he was guarding when he made that great save. Ranford opposite him. And it will be Finland going first. Number 40, Mika Nieminen. Plays for Luleå in Sweden. That's his club team. Finland with some great snipers. Here comes Nieminen. Shot number 1 for Finland. Stop.
Great save
by Ranford.
Billy Ranford just went down, stacked those pads, and took that shot right away from Nieminen. There goes Ranford. Ranford made his move pretty early.
Luke Richardson coming in for Canada. Scores! Luke Robitaille.
Lucky Luke just walked right into the slot. He was trying to get Millis to make his move. Millis didn't make a move.
Koivu stopped. Luke Robitaille has scored for Canada. Finland has no goals yet, and Joe Sakic is set to shoot.
Watch Koivu. He goes in. Once again, Billy Ranford makes the big save.
Here comes Sakic. Scores!
Oh, some NHL sharpshooters, used to playing under lots of pressure, are showing their best right now. Watch, Joe Sakic's got his head up all the way. Once again, Millis didn't really commit himself. He went down a bit in that crouch.
Esa Keskinen. And Canada with the gold within its grasp. A goal here will end it.
Keskinen tried to go to his backhand, but Billy Ranford watched him all the way.
Here comes Sanderson. And Finland is still alive.
Sanderson played the waiting game as well. Just short of the net. He knew where he wanted to put it. You saw the room.
And next is Jari Kurri. Here comes Curry, scores!
Lots of pressure on Curry, but hey, he's one of those NHL types that plays under pressure all year long.
This is a replay of the Olympics where Canada scored on its first 2 shots against Sweden. Here comes Paul Kariya. Miller stopped him again. And Kariya with a bit of a smile as he headed back to the bench.
Kariya was trying to go high. All Billy Ranford has to do is stop this one.
Finland must score here. Mikko Makala comes in. Scores!
Well, Makala just picked that one perfectly.
Here it comes, Verbeek. He's stopped.
Verbeek thought it was in. It did not go in. Millis had it. After Canada scored on its first 2 shots, Finland scored on their last 2.
Well, most Canadian hockey fans have seen this movie before, and they didn't like the ending last time.
But Paul, it's going to be different this time.
So now each coach will choose another 5 players.
Or they can choose the same 5 players.
Yeah, just another 5 must be named. You can't just pick one shooter at a time. You have to submit your next list of 5. But now it is 1 shot, and you get 1 chance to tie it. That's the team shooting first.
Well, I think you might just see Canada stick with their similar players or the same players and keeping the same order. Finland probably will reverse their order. Curry and Makala both scored, but they were the last 2 shooters for Finland.
Now, Luke Robitaille scored the first goal for Canada, not to be confused with Luke Richardson, of course. Luke has an all-right shot, but not as good as Luke Robitaille's. Joe Sakic scored the second goal for Canada, and then Jari Kurri and Mikko Makala scoring for the Finns.
Well, everyone waiting again for a winner in this hockey game. You get the feeling, though, that if it wasn't for the shootout, that this game could have gone on till tomorrow. I'm still not a fan of this shootout system. It's a tough way to decide a gold medal.
Yeah, it is, but boy, it's exciting. So another list being drawn up. Had to laugh when Paul Kariya skated back to the bench. You could see he was almost laughing at the fact that he just could not seem to score, can't seem to score on a breakaway.
Well, no fault, though, in not being able to score against Jarmo Millis, because he's an excellent goaltender who has played that way throughout the tournament and has played that way in tonight's hockey game.
And Paul Kariya has had just a fantastic tournament for the Canadian team. And the cash register just continuing to click on his price, I'm sure.
It's going to be a tough negotiations for Don Baisley, his agent, to work out with Jack Ferraro from the Anaheim Ducks. Well, Bill Ranford goes back to take his position.
And even the coaches are confused. They're gesturing back and forth between the benches and discussing things. That doesn't happen every day.
Well, I think what they were trying to figure out who was shooting first, and it's Luke Robitaille who was shooting first.
Luke Robitaille shooting on Jarmo Millis. Robitaille scored the last time. And he scores this time. Robitaille.
Well, they kept the same order. Luke Robitaille scored in the first round, and he scores again in this round. He went to the backhand. It looked as though he was going to try to pick the short side.
Mika Nieminen, number 40, will shoot for Finland. He must score or Canada wins it. There
Yes!
it is! It is over! Canada, world champions.
Unbelievable for this game to be settled in this fantastic shootout. As nerve-wracking as it was, this is unbelievable. Luke Robitaille scoring for Canada, and Billy Ranford did his job.
Well, it's taken 33 years for Canada to scale this peak. Enjoy the view.
I was surprised that Finland went with the same order, at least with Nieminen shooting first. I thought they would have put that pressure on Jari Kurri. Well, they might not have outnumbered the Finnish fans here today, but the Canadian fans were loud. They're waving their flags. And what a breathtaking moment. There's tears of joy and tears of sorrow. This time, Canada has the tears of joy.
And now the national anthem. Not since 1961, when the Trail Smoke Eaters struck gold for Canada, has the national anthem of Canada been played after the final game of the World Hockey Championship. Canada wins in a shootout, and there was the last Finnish chance going astray right there, Mika Nieminen. And there's nothing you can say.
The awards for the best player of the match and for the best player of both teams during the tournament will be presented by Mrs. Liza O'Reilly, Global Events Marketing Manager.
The last time Canada won the gold medal at this tournament, 1961, when the Chicago Blackhawks won the Stanley Cup. Bernie Geoffrion won the NHL scoring title that year, his second and final one. Not a player on this team was even born when Canada won it the last time. Tom Rennie, the Olympic coach, was 6 years old. George Kingston was a young man. Danny Dubé, one of the other coaches, was a newborn. A long time coming. And they're just announcing the players of the game. Jarmo Millis, the player of the game for Finland. Of little consolation at this stage for him, I'm sure. to lose a world championship. Finland has never won a world championship, and to lose it in a shootout, heartbreaking. Bill Ranford, player of the game for Canada. Also the first All-Star team goaltender.
The best players of the tournament for Finland. The best goal.
And they're announcing the players of the tournament for each team as well. Jarmo Myllys was great at the Olympics and also had a great world championship. And they will do likewise for Canada, announce the players of the tournament for the Canadian team. They also announce a tournament all-star team. Still to come, the gold medals will be awarded. Hey, you might want to stick around and watch the gold medals being awarded because it's been a few years since Canada last won at this tournament.
At Esso's Research Center in Sarnia, we have a unique capability in Canada to make a top-quality engine oil. We're trying to simulate the temperatures that are representative of the Canadian environment. If the oil can survive under those conditions, it's going to survive in the real world. Consumers can be assured that by using ProTech, they will get maximum engine protection and long and reliable engine life.
Esso's committed to their customers and committed to giving them the best.
ProTech, the leader in protection, is available from your Esso retailer and at these fine stores.
Where's everybody? Simple. People are bored with chicken. That's why Subway has our original turkey breast sub. It's oven roasted turkey on fresh baked bread with all the trimmings. So if you're tired of the same old chicken, Subway's talking turkey.
The original turkey breast sub at Subway, the place where fresh is the taste.
This is the best part.
To discover the real difference between the world's two leading soft drinks, we're implementing an anthropological study. Chimp A will be allowed nothing but Coke. Chimp B, nothing but Pepsi. The results are astounding. The chimp that drank Coke showed improvement in motor skills. The chimp that drank Pepsi, however, disappeared.
Hello? It's him!
Are you ready for this? Seth Martin, Bobby Crumb, and a few of the Smoke Eaters remember this rather vividly. The last time that gold medals were hung around the necks of hockey players at a world championship for Canada. These guys can hardly wait.
You are watching live coverage of the medal presentation ceremony at the 1994 World Hockey Championship. Canada, gold medal winners, defeating Finland in a shootout. And it was the same movie that we saw at the Olympics, only this time the ending was a little different. And it was eerily similar, with Canada scoring on its first couple of shots during the shootout, looking to be in the driver's seat, only to be stymied. And that was the final shot that Finland had at keeping things alive. The puck was steered wide by Mika Nieminen, and the celebration was on for Canada. The first world championship for Canada since 1961. And for so many years, this tournament, a great one, has existed in relative anonymity. For these players, I've had a chance to talk to all of them over the course of the week. It's not the Stanley Cup playoffs. It's not the Stanley Cup final. But as the momentum grew and they drew closer towards a gold medal, I think the emotion level rose as well. Dignitaries making their way out onto the ice for the gold medal presentation. Canada gold medal winners. Finland picks up a silver medal, and Sweden picks up a bronze medal. Sweden defeating the United States in a game played earlier today. And that is Gord Renwick of Canada in the center of your picture, who has served with the International Ice Hockey Federation for many years. He is in the running for the presidency of the International Ice Hockey Federation and will step down from the board if he does not win the presidency. That's another story that has been unfolding in the last couple of weeks at this tournament. And here's the official announcement. Canada, the world champions. And that's Gunther Sabetsky presenting the trophy to Luc Robitaille. And now Canada literally and figuratively with its grasp on the World Championship. Young man you see in the suit there at the top of the picture in the Canadian scrum is Jamie Storr, who is a goaltender with Canada's gold medal winning national junior team. Jamie Storr over here is the third goaltender. Just over for the experience. He has come all the way through Hockey Canada's program of excellence, both at the Phoenix Cup level as well as at the World Junior Championship level, and he gets a little bit of a taste of the World Championship this week.
The second place team,
Finland picks up the silver medal, and while they reflect on a silver, they can also look back on a bronze medal effort at the Olympic Games. Canada looking back at the Olympics and just an incredible tournament. They lost in the shootout to Sweden and ended up with a silver medal. World Junior Championship, Canada striking gold once again. And as much as you think of the victors, also think of the vanquished on this occasion. Finland, a country that didn't pick up the game of ice hockey until 1927. They only have 95 indoor rinks in the entire country, only 31 artificial rinks. There are more artificial rinks in the southern portion of Ontario than there are in the entire country of Finland. It is a very powerful hockey nation for a nation with much more limited resources and population.
Protector, a razor so sharp it has to be kept behind bars. Protective guard wires ensure that while the shave is close, there is no safer wet shave. Protector, only from Wilkinson Sword.
Think you're paying too much for brake repairs? Bring your car to Midas and we'll beat any major competitor's valid written estimate. So you'll not only stop on a dime, you'll save one too. Trust your brakes to Midas.
And I say to the bartender, surprise me. So he showed me some pictures of his dog. So the farmer says to the traveling salesman, you can stay the night, but you have to sleep alone in the spare room. You see?
Check the yellow pages for the Para-Paint dealer nearest you.
In all the excitements from Milan this afternoon, we should point out that Sweden won the bronze medal with a rather easy victory for Sweden in the bronze medal round earlier in the day. The Finns take the silver medal, of course, and Canada takes the gold medal on the strength of a 2-1 shutout win over the Finns. Gary Green is standing by in Milan, and I believe he's got Joe Sakic alongside.
Joe, let me ask you, how do you feel right now?
Oh, great. You know, it's an unbelievable win for us. So they gave us a great game. It was a hard-fought battle, and we think we made up for the Olympics there.
What do you think of this shootout format now?
Right now, it's pretty good. But if it would have turned out the other way, I don't think we would have been too happy about it. So It's exciting for the fans anyways.
How difficult was it for all of you players to play such a patient defensive game?
Not too hard. I think everybody worked hard right from day one. Our goal was to play patient, you know, try not to beat ourselves, and it worked for us.
Joe, thank you very much, and congratulations.
All right, thanks a lot.
John?
All right, Gary, we'll get back to Milan for more interviews with the victorious Canadian team after the gold medal win today. Bill Ranford is standing by. We'll check out the story there. What a day it was for Canada. 2-1 win in the shootouts over Finland. The gold medal comes home to Canada for the first time since 1961.
Where's everybody? Simple. People are bored with chicken. That's why Subway has our original turkey breast sub. It's oven roasted turkey on fresh baked bread with all the trimmings. So if you're tired of the same old chicken, Subway's talking turkey.
The original turkey breast sub at Subway, the place where fresh is the taste.
This is the best part.
Now, to each man who shaves, there's an edge all his own. Only Edge Gel has 7 custom formulas to fit every shaving need. From extra moisturizing to sensitive skin, for the closest, most comfortable shave you can get an edge of your own. Edge Gel, skin care for men. Ultimate closeness, ultimate comfort. That's the edge.
Just who do these Goodyear guys think they're fooling with this Aqua Tread? Do they seriously think that this groove down the middle will grip better on wet pavement? Ha! Prepare to be embarrassed!
How effective are Goodyear Aqua Treads? Our doubter is in the red car with regular all-season radials. The white car with Aqua Treads actually channels water, significantly reducing the chances of aquaplaning.
Who knew?
Aqua Tread. See it for yourself today, only at Goodyear.
Now you dip 'em, now you don't.
McCain Golden Crisp, the best tasting fries to ever come out of your oven. Straight cut or cross tracks for crispy, tender potato perfection. Enjoy them alone or add your favorite topping.
Now you dip 'em, now you don't.
Cross tracks from McCain, lightly battered, crispy on the outside, tender and tasty on the inside.
Now you dip 'em, now you don't.
McCain Golden Crisp, snack time, meal time, anytime. The very best fries to ever come out of your oven.
Today's TSN Turning Point is brought to you by Armor All. Little doubt about the turning points in this one. Here's Luke Robitaille. First shooter, second shootout, Robitaille the backhand to give Canada a 1-0 lead. At the other end of the ice, Bill Ranford made the save, and the gold was Canada's. A cash donation to the Coaching Association of Canada for the training and development of coaches in amateur sport will be made on behalf of TSN and Armor All. Protects like the original Armor All, but leaves a rich, deep, low-gloss finish. Well, almost everyone in hockey had an opinion on what Canada should do to return to the top of the hockey world. Many players and coaches tried to win this gold medal for the first time since 1961. Today, the gold medal came home. Glenn Sather and George Kingston put the team together that finally erased all those years of frustration. Let's get back to Milan now and join Paul Romanek with Gary Green.
Billy, first of all, congratulations on an outstanding game. How do you feel right now?
Well, I'm kind of numb right now. One thing I want to get it over with, I want to say hi to my daughter Cassidy, my wife Kelly, my mom and dad, and her mom and dad. Couldn't have done it without them.
How was your concentration, and what were you thinking about during that shootout?
Well, I mean, all during the tournament, I tried not to take too much because I was worried about going down to the shootout. I didn't want to think about it. When I came in to take the shots, I just tried to stay up on my feet as much as possible and wait for the guy to make the move.
Your thoughts on playing in front or behind, however you want to look at it, of a bunch of guys that really played well defensively?
I mean, we got some of the best offensive talent in the league on this ice surface, and they turned into a bunch of defensive hockey players. What more can you ask? A 1-1 hockey game in the final and win it in a shootout. That's what hockey's all about.
Well, the best defensive player, Bill Ranford, was sure to the test. Thank you very much, and congratulations, Bill. John?
And hi to Cassidy back home in Edmonton. Ranford made the first 2 saves of the shootout on Koivu and then on Keskinen. So it was 2-0 Canada at one stage of the shootout. But then Finland came back and tied things up, forcing the second round of the shootout. Ranford in the end on Luc Robitaille's goal, giving Canada the advantage once more, coming up with the gold medal winning save on the final shot. Luc Robitaille got the goal for Canada, and Gary Green, I understand, is being mobbed in Milan. Let's get you back to the forum.
We're pretty excited right now. We bring this thing home pretty soon.
No cable in Waterford, so I don't know where the people were going to watch it, but I hope they watch it. It's great. It's great for Canada.
How did you play such a sound defensive game? I mean, it was flawless right from the very first of the drop of the puck.
Well, I mean, you got to give Finland credit. They stayed with us the whole game, but you know, it's exciting. It comes down to a shootout. Everything's on the line right there.
You're a good offensive player. You like it that way?
Canada!
Do you like this defensive game?
No, I don't think so. I mean, the shootout's tough. I mean, we would like to play until a winner, but we'll take this one. You know,
yes,
good.
Sir.
How about Lucky Luke? Lucky Luke.
Canada, number one. Number one, baby!
Well, we've got Luke's son riding high on his dad's shoulders. It's a pretty good feeling for all of you.
Mother's Day! Happy Mother's Day!
Happy Mother's Day from all of these Canadian hockey players. How do you like this lid? Let's go back to you, John. I'm kind of windblown right now.
Hair looks just fine, Gary. Not a hair out of place there. I think the party in Milan is going to be one terrific one after all these years of frustration for Canada. 1961, the last, as has been mentioned so many times before, but so many players have tried to bring this title back to Canada. Until today, no team, no coach, no Canadian players were able to duplicate the feats of 1961.
More of the world. Air Canada and CIBC Aero Gold Visa turn what you buy into Aeroplan miles. Aeroplan and CIBC Aero Gold Visa. Air Canada for all the world.
Hey, this new Pepsi Max is really something, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, it tastes of regular cola and a third of the calories.
I'll grab that for a second.
Yeah, sure. What are you doing? I want to see if they filled it up a third.
Can't you just enjoy the taste
It's
without...
the only way to explain this calorie thing.
You're not going to open it, are you?
Oh, don't worry. You see, the lower pressure created by the chilling will keep the expansionary forces of the carbon dioxide at bay.
Who's going to open it?
It's elementary.
New Pepsi Max.
Oh, jeez.
All the taste, 1/3 the calories.
Sometimes I wish my backyard stretched right up to the U.S.-Canadian border. I'd sit on my lawn chair with a cold Labatt Blue. I'd watch some tourists, flash a smile at our customs agents, and taunt and tease the Americans with perhaps the finest example of a true Canadian lager. And if that doesn't rile them, I'll just stick in a tape of last year's World Series, or maybe the one before that.
It's a real honor as a gas attendant to be able to come here. It's not something everybody gets to do.
Esso Supreme is our premium gasoline with a 92 octane rating.
The octane that you're testing, how does that benefit the customers?
You'll notice better engine performance, fewer engine knocks.
This is the engine test lab. As engines age, their requirements for octane goes up.
I would recommend Supreme now that I have seen what it can do. You gotta use Supreme.
Esso does care about the product that they sell, and they do care whether or not the customer is truly satisfied.
TSN, Canada's leader in international hockey coverage, is proud to present the 1994 World Hockey Championships from Milan, Italy. Brought to you by Air Canada. From here to there and everywhere in between. Air Canada, for all the world of hockey. By Imperial Oil and Esso Associates. You're on your way with Esso. By Labatt Blue. Honest and true, you bet it's blue.
Well, almost a perfect day from coast to coast in this great nation. The Expos win, the Blue Jays win, Canada wins. No one ever suggested that this would be easy for Team Canada, and this was almost a perfect script to settle a gold medal game. Canada lost the Olympic shootout in Lillehammer. Funny thing about a shootout, if you win, it's a different story. Luke Robitaille got the goal. Bill Ranford made the final save to preserve the victory, and Canada claims the gold medal for the first time in so many years. Times have changed a lot with the NHLers in this Canadian lineup from the days when the Smoke Eaters got their chance to try. But for the NHLers who won the gold medal today, this could be their last chance at winning the gold. Who knows what will happen to this championship next year. But in the end, it was really fun, and finally, a fun time for Canada. For everyone involved in our telecast this afternoon from TSN Control, I'm John Wells. Thank you very much for joining us. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.